If you don't know by now, I'm Davis. I've been recording under the name Striking Ghost for many years now, and I've been doing this series of playing a few of my original songs, telling a little bit about them, just having a good old time with my guitars. And I decided to bring this one back. I love my 12 string and my 6 string, and I'm going to use it to play songs that I usually don't play on the 12 string, but maybe I'll play on the 6 string. So, to get started with this session, these are original Striking Ghost songs that I've played over the years, some of them live, and I can't wait to play live again, hopefully soon as things are opening up. Maybe I'll find a place where I can play as a solo singer-songwriter. And some of these are new. Some of these songs I wrote during the whole quarantine and everything like that. So I'm going to start this session off with a song that I wrote for my debut Striking Ghosts album called Thank God for Your Mother. This was a song that brings back a lot of memories when I play it. It's called I Won't Be Wrong. And I think the ideas for this song came to me right when I got out of the airport, when I was at LAX, and I just had come back from the Philippines. It was a very tumultuous time in my life, very tumultuous time. And it was just a song about feeling confident, a song about, even though things are going really, really awry right now, very askew, I knew that I could get it together. And I don't know, I felt this overwhelming sense of chutzpah, and I wrote the song. But I've never really played it on a 12 string, so I'm going to try it on the 12 string. So this is called I Won't Be Wrong. If this is the final flag point, if it's the end of the affair, don't you know the dancers are watching, making endless circles of swales? Blame me for my impatience and blister me for my worries. Don't you know the pivotal instinct and everything I learned overseas? There is no way you can say that I'm the failure. I just may capture some bliss. I won't be wrong anymore. Well, there's no way I will be wrong. I won't be wrong anymore. There's no way I will be wrong. I won't be wrong. Won't be wrong. Changing currencies, here I go into this. I want you low. I prayed on those green waters, down a secret craters. I was calling out to spaceships. I was begging to tiki gods. I've been trying to get even, but I must accept I'm hard. Yes, I know that I won't be wrong anymore. There's no way I will be wrong. I won't be wrong anymore. There's no way I will be wrong. I won't be wrong. Ooh, I won't be wrong. And a time for jurisprudence that stopped way down the road. Can you help me with what I'm feeling? I got a long, long line to throw. So behold, I won't be wrong anymore. Well, there's no way I will be wrong. Won't be wrong anymore. There's no way I will be wrong. I won't be wrong. I won't be wrong. I won't be wrong anymore. There's no way I will be wrong. I won't be wrong anymore. There's no way I will be wrong. I won't be wrong. I won't be wrong. And that is I Won't Be Wrong. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was it's weird how songs can bring you back to a certain time in your life, and you look at now, you look at then, and you look at then, and you look at now, and that's one of those that definitely brings back those times. A time of great change, great change. This next song I wrote when I was doing another one person, you know, solo project. Um, when I was, you know, when I was just, it's hard to describe, but I wrote this for another one person project. You probably heard me talk about it in another episode. If you've ever watched these episodes before, I must thank you so much for watching. Um, Music provides such a great relief, and for me to play like this, it's so fun. I wish I was playing live in front of people, but this is very cathartic, and that was the name of my first one person project. I've never really recorded under my own name, but never say never. But anyway, um, unless you count my children's music, which is recorded under Teacher Davis, but that's a whole other world. I recorded under the name Catharsis, and I wrote this song as the title track for this album. So in a way, I'm getting to cover myself. It's kind of fun. I dug up some of the old Catharsis songs and recorded them as Striking Ghosts. They're all, the funny thing about my Catharsis albums is they're not on streaming, and they're not even on a CD. They're all on cassette. I used to record everything on cassette, and then I had another cassette player, and then I dub over. I'd play whatever I played, and then and then I, then I get another cassette. I'm trying to remember what I did, and then I put something on top of that, and then I keep doing that process over and over because this was way back when. And then finally I'd have a cassette after doing this, a few times. I didn't go crazy with the instrumentation, but after a few times, finally I get the finished product. And then lo and behold, what happens years later, I discover the glory. The first recording, kind of high tech, state of the art stuff I had was and I still have it to this day, is a mixing console. It's a small mixing console where you could burn your own CD. It was so new at the time. Oh my gosh. And so I use that to record, use that to record Thank God for Your Mother and a few other early Striking Ghost albums. So anyway, I really digress. This is Essence. Why do we have sex? Why do we make friends? Why do we even love when all of this will end? I think I have the answer. I think I hold the key to all of this and more, explaining everything. This is the essence of us. This is the essence of us. This is the essence, the essence, the essence of us. Woo! This is the essence of us. This is the essence of us. This is the essence, the essence, the essence of us. Of us. And that's Essence, the cover of Catharsis, my first solo project band. And then the reason I changed it years later is I found out some other band took the name Catharsis. I don't know. I just got paranoid and freaked out and thought, okay, well, better change the name of my solo project, and hence Striking Ghosts. So the next song was written. Um, oh yeah, this song was written in Florida. Yes, I went to Florida, wrote a bunch of songs. You probably heard the story before. Sorry if you have, but I'll tell you if you haven't heard it. I wrote a bunch of songs in Florida. I rediscovered that I wrote a bunch of songs in Florida a few years back and thought, wow, I really like what I wrote. I'm going to record these songs. So I did, and I remixed them later. And they're basically B-sides on some of my singles that are on Spotify. But this one was released as a single. This is called Rely, and it would be the first single from that album. When everything falls apart. Oh, yeah. When everything falls apart, you hold my heart. When all the rain pours down, the time you come around. When all my troubles arise, that's the time I see your eyes. When I find it tough to make it through, that's when I rely on you. There's only you. Ooh, there's only you. When my problems rush to the fore, you are at my door. All the world's in my dreams, you come and fix the scenes. I'm at the back of the queue, I know I can rely on you. There's only you. Ooh, there's only you. Ooh. And when I cannot make it through, that's when I rely on you. Every dream at the back of the queue, that's when I rely on you. When the darkness clouds blue, that's when I rly on you. The fear distorts my view, that's when I rely on you. And when I cannot make it through, that's when I rely on you. Every dream at the back of the queue, that's when I rely on you. When the darkness clouds you, that's when I rly on you. And the fear distorts my view, that's when I rely on you. There's only you. There's only you. And that is Rely. um, this next song was written during the pandemic. It is part of the Epidemic trilogy. Like many people, I was freaking out. I was freaking out. I was freaking out because I run my own business. I'm self-employed, and I, in a way, and there's a couple people I know who can sympathize with the kind of business I run. They run similar businesses, and we basically have a lot of different clients, and we see them on a regular basis every week. So if one client has to drop out for who knows whatever reason, you can just, you pound the pavement, you hustle, you find another client to put in that place. So in a way, we looking back, we shouldn't have done this, but we well, I at least brag that it's kind of a foolproof job, as opposed to somebody who might work a 9 to 5 job, and unfortunately, that person might have to be laid off, and then that's it, because that's the 9 to 5 job. That's their job. That's the person's job, Monday through Friday, and that's the one job. And if they're laid off the one job, that means 0 jobs. That's it. But with this job, if you have it's like 15 clients and you have one drop out, or even 2 or 3, you just look again for 3 new clients and you put them in that place, and then boom, you're there on a regular basis. Of course, when the whole thing happened, starting in March of 2020, all the clients went away. All the clients had to close. All the clients that I had for my business, gone. Some of them came back a few months later. Some of them did Zoom, but it wasn't the same. It's definitely not even close to the same amount of income that one would make. So I wrote this song based on that whole thing, and based on the situation that many entrepreneurs and business owners and just everybody was facing, thinking, what is going to happen? When is my business going to come back? And is it going to come back? Because some of my clients never came back. They had to close shop. They had to permanently close. So yeah, I mean, I know there were a lot of people that were freaked out because of getting sick, and they were afraid to get sick, and they go to a hospital, and I sympathize with those people. My concern was my business, and then I didn't know what I was going to do. I had to keep thinking, what's the next step? What do I do? Do I go into a totally other field? Do I go back to school? So that was the reason I wrote Plan Z. Live. There's no alternative. Go grow old, they're gone. I'm nothing now. How do I go on? Plan A has run away. It took with it Plan B. It's simply vital. Focus on survival. All I've got is Plan Z. Yeah, Plan A has run away. It took with it Plan B. Yeah, it's simply vital. I focus on survival. All I've got is Plan Z. Everything thought out. There was never any doubt. It became this game of circumstance. Like silence, this science stopped the dance. Plan A was here to stay, but just in case I had Plan B. Now they've been tried as well as see through. I'm bereft and left with just Plan Z. Plan A was here to stay, just in case I had Plan B. Now they've been tried as well as see through. I'm bereft and left with just Plan Z. Yeah. Oh, 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 yo. I need to make money. I need to come up with rent. For the bills, no frivolous bills, not like before. Life is heaven spent. Not for a job, but for less pay. Forget about loving what I do, like I did back in the recent day. Plan A has run away. It took with it Plan B. It's simply vital. Focus on survival. All I've got is Plan Z. Yeah. was here to stay. But just in case I had plan B, now they would drive as well as see through. I have bereft and left with just planZ. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 oh. There's only planZ. There's only planZ. There's only planZ. That's planZ. And when I play that song, I think about what a scary time that was for so many people, And here we are now. Businesses are coming back and policies are changing, and I'm hoping a lot of people that have regular jobs, 1 job, 9 to 5 job, 2 jobs, and people like me who are self-employed and business owners, I hope we all come back strong. So that's planZ, like I said. So the last song of this session is called Tune It Out. I wrote this in New York. It's on the New York EP. I really like the recorded version of this. When I play live, I do everything acoustic, but most of the time when I record stuff and you hear it on streaming or whatever, it's, fully in, full instrumentals and all that stuff. And the reason I'm saying I really like the way this was recorded, because I was able to come up with a cool, for me at least, I thought, a cool saxophone sound on my keyboard that I thought fit perfectly. Because for some reason, for me, I when I hear the sax, I think of New York. Maybe it's because of growing up with Saturday Night Live, and the intro always has that saxophone, just, so cool, the views in New York and this and skating rink and the Empire State Building. So yeah, to me, I hear the recorded version, I hear that sax, and I think, oh my gosh, this reminds me of walking the streets of New York. So this is Tune It Out. And yeah, it's called Tune It Out. I was just gonna say something else. It's all in the song. Way too hyper to sleep, way too saddened to weep, way too pensive to think, too inebriated to drink. This can't be happening, overloading each and every sense. It's just a constant barrage at the same level. Noise intense, all the sound and the noise. Tune it out, tune it out. To the girls and the boys, tune it out, tune it out. I'm trying to lose my mind. Tune it out, tune it out. Headphones on my lifeline. Too many pictures to take, too many choices to make, too many gifts to buy, too many trains to ride. All this information pillaging my brain. I can't take it all in and possibly remain sane. The commotion on the street, tune it out from the rain and the heat. Tune it out like fingernails on a board. Tune it out. That's what headphones are for. That never sleeps. To enjoy it doesn't come cheap. It's a place where dreams become completely realized or undone. All the sound and the noise, tune it out. Of the girls and the boys, tune it out. I'm trying to lose my mind, tune it out. Headphones on my lifeline. The commotion in the street, tune it out from the rain and the heat. Tune it out my fingernails on a board. Tune it out, tune it out. That's what headphones are for. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too overwhelmed to speak, way too stuffed to eat, too hot and sweaty to breathe, too in love to ever leave. And that's Tune It Out. Wow, fun playing these songs. Man, I'd love to play these live to get just the audience, that energy back, but I hope you enjoyed, if you're still watching, I hope you enjoyed hearing these original songs. I play for so many reasons. I play for my mental health. It helps me stay sane. You might have heard me talk about this before, but when I discovered the arts, when I discovered music at a young age, little did I know that it was there to keep me out of trouble. I grew up in a very troublesome household, and it would have been very easy for me to get involved in nefarious dealings. I was so focused on the things I was doing, acting and music, that it really deterred me from going down another path that a lot of people would go down when they were facing some of the difficulties that I was growing up. And as as I've gotten older, I've realized how much the arts have helped me stay healthy and stay mentally and physically healthy and just stay sane. And so I've been trying to end these videos by saying to you out there, hopefully you're not going through anything. But if you are, and even if you aren't going through anything, stay creative. Stay creative, remain focused, and do everything you can to live the longest, most vital life you can. Find your passion, stick with it. And at the same time, I'll repeat it again because it's so important. When you find your passion, you gotta stay creative and you gotta remain focused. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning those tenets. I'm still trying every single day as a test, and hopefully at the end of the day there's some triumph. So whatever your passion is, stick with it. You can see this is my passion, and I'm doing my best to stick with it. I'm very well aware. I've been doing this for a long time, and I know I don't have that many followers. I don't have that many views on YouTube. I don't have that many whatever on Instagram, Spotify. And is it depressing sometimes? Oh yeah, very. I don't want to give up. This is what keeps me going. I'm doing it because I want to reach and connect with people. Obviously, everybody who's creative does that. But however, I also need to do this as well. Even if I've only got one subscriber or follower or whatever, I have to do this. And I know that I really like what I'm doing. I know I like what I'm creating and playing and making. And it all starts there. It all starts there. Do I have stuff to learn? Yeah, of course, but the core is there. Anyway, I have talked so much and played. I hope there was a balance at least. And I thank you for listening. And third and final time, stay creative, remain focused, and we'll add, find your passion. Stick with your passion. I'll figure out a way to say that later. Thank you. Bye.